If there's one thing that I've learned from the online guitar community is that they're very adamant that you cannot fake the blues. But what happens when your luxury brand lifestyle does not allow you to have 12 full bars worth of blues? That's where the 8-bar blues comes in. So today we're going to talk about 8-bar blues, why you might want to use it, and basically how it works. It's a very structured thing. And in case you don't know what the 12-bar blues either, real quick rundown is, it's 3 chords. The 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. These come from the major scale, so we're going to do the blues in A. We're going to start on A, 5th fret, on the low E string, play the major scale, find the 1st, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th notes, okay? So these 3 notes, happen to be a D, and an E, are very important if you're playing the blues in A. The only 3 chords you need, you can turn these into chords, you can turn them into major chords if you want. You can be as simple as just playing the single notes, but we have to play these in a very structured way depending on what you're going for. So in the 12-bar blues, we have the way that, there's variations of it, but the way that I see it, the way I usually play it, is 4 bars of 1. So anything you want to do starting on this A, you do 4 bars worth. Most of the time, the bar is going to be 4 counts, right? So like 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, the 2nd bar. You can make it a riff, 3rd bar, and the 4th bar. So this is going to be the main example we're going to use, which I'll link you to the video for the 12-bar blues. It's the exact same thing. I'm hitting the first note, the root note, 2 times. Then I'm skipping to its octave, so this would be 7D, 2 times. Then it's flat 7. And again, when I say flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the major scale. It's a flat 7 making it a dominant chord, if you're into that kind of stuff. Sound of the blues is dominant chords galore. So we've got 5E, 7D, 5D, 7A. We can do that exact same shape or any variation of a shape, any kind of riff you come up with. You can use those, but root it, start that bar off on the 1, 4, and 5 when it comes to that, all right? So the structure, the 12-bar blues, is 4 bars of 1, 2 bars of 4, and 2 bars of 1. That's 8 bars so far, right? The final 4 bars are 1 bar of 5, 1 bar of 4, and then maybe 2 bars of 1, or a bar of 1 and a bar of 5, or a turnaround. We're going to actually use that as a turnaround, okay? So, one typical example of the 12-bar blues might be 1st bar of 1, 2nd bar of 1, 3rd bar of 1, 4th bar of 1, a bar of 4, a 2nd bar of 4, 2 more bars of 1. Now I'm just some dominant 7 chords. 1 bar of 5, 1 bar of 4, and then maybe a turnaround. And then back to the 1. So again, that's just a basic 12-bar blues, whatever. You can make variations on that however you want. But again, this is 2018. Like, we've got things to do. People's attention spans are shorter. We need to shorten this. 8 bars, I think, is the perfect amount of blues for maybe a working man's blues, a business class blues that kind of facilitates with the modern day lifestyle. So, lucky for us, if you know the 12-bar blues, you know the 8-bar blues too. You just take those middle 4 bars, if you take them in groups of like 3 bars of 4, take the middle 4 out, toss them. Got no use for them anymore. We're in the 8-bar blues. So, those middle 4 bars were 2 bars of 4 and 2 bars of 1. Okay? So if we don't have those anymore, we go from 4 bars of 1 straight to the 5 chord. So I'll go straight into the E, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right into the 5 chord, 1 bar to the 4. And then back to the 1 or the turnaround. Okay? Now, one actual practical way this is helpful, aside from being the business class blues, is maybe you want to work on your turnarounds or something. A lot of times, if maybe you're working on a loop pedal, and I know this is something that I did when I first started trying blues guitar stuff, is I would loop a progression, a 12-bar blues progression, and the thing I wanted to practice most was the turnaround in context. Again, a turnaround just being how a lot of times you'll take those last 2 bars and just play some kind of like solo type something before you start the whole progression over again. But maybe on a loop pedal, you don't want to wait a full 12 bars for it to come back. So a cool thing about the 8-bar blues is it's more turnaround centric. You just have that 1 chord that you can jam on for 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, Now I'm going right into 1 bar, and then maybe some turnaround type thing back into whatever you're doing, okay? So really, the main lesson here isn't just about the 12-bar blues, the 8-bar blues. It's more of a structure, and songwriting outside of even the blues, a lot of it is born of this structure. You see it in rock, you see it in jazz, you see it in country, you see it everywhere. But being able to see how the structure of songs unfolds is a very, very important thing in my opinion. And the blues definitely just kind of has it right because it has a tried and true formula. It always works. It always sounds like the blues, especially when you use those dominant 7 chords as the 1, 4, and the 5, which again, there's no key that has a dominant 7 chord on the 1, 4, and 5 all the time. Usually it's just the 5 chord actually. But the sound of the blues is that minor 7 interval kind of scraping over a major chord, all right? So work on maybe just looping an 8-bar pattern. Again, you can make it as simple as you want. It could just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2nd bar, 3rd bar, 4th bar. Go to the 5, to the 4, and then the 1. And start over, right? That's just a single note just to kind of get the structure of it. Because when I was a beginner, I remember another thing that I had a hard time with was remembering where I am within the structure of a song. If maybe I'm not playing with another musician, if I'm not playing with a singer, just kind of like internalizing structure of songs is something you kind of have to practice. And I really think that 12-bar blues, 8-bar blues, 16-bar blues, stuff like that is a really great way of kind of ingraining that behind-the-scenes structure of how a song moves, and then you kind of just have a feel for when a change is coming. Because this stuff is tried and true. It's been around forever. It's going to be around forever. So definitely work that 8-bar blues into your arsenal, and you'll have all that extra time left just to live life and hopefully experience hardship and trouble, and eventually maybe be able to fill a full 12-bar blues up with your own soul-crushing blues. So if you have any questions or comments, set them in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.